Hello friends, this is BK from Anika. In this video, we are going to discuss about the React.js. We'll talk about what it is, how we can use this, and what are the best learning resources for React.js. So let's directly dive into the website of React.js. So React.js is a library for the front end where you can create the UI of the websites, or this can a version of it which is a React Native can be used for creating mobile applications. So this React.js is developed by Facebook, and this is component based library where in a UI the whole website can be divided into multiple components, and each component will be written differently and they can be reused across the same website or even a different project. So if we look into the website of React.js, this is managed by Facebook and it has very good resources for learning. So it is a JavaScript based library for building user interface, right? And it is component based and declarative. What that declarative means? So if you have programmed in some high level languages like C++, Java, you might have seen you write the logic. What are the different steps that will run? Let's take an example of making tea. So when you want to make a tea in the kitchen, what you will do, you will you will take a pot, you will put a water, you will put tea and sugar and other ingredients, and then you will cook for some time, and after that if it start boiling, then you will take that tea and serve to the people. So this is the whole process. You are writing the each step what to do, but in declarative programming you just write what to achieve. For example, if you have done any coding in the HTML, then you write, okay, create a button, and you put a tag and it will automatically create the button, and you don't have to care about how that will look like, or how it will be drawn on the screen. That will be taken care by underlying browser. So the same way here, when we say React is a declarative, here we can write the elements, what to do with that those elements, and then learn once and write everywhere. That means write the component and you can reuse that component at multiple places. So let's go a little deeper. A simple component, they have given an example of a simple component, and the files of React.js is named as JSX. That means JavaScript extended. But you can name these files as a JS also. That will work. And some we can the any component can have some the state as well. For example, if there's a button, then it wants to show some content, or it can enable or disable based on some condition. So that those condition, those the state can be saved into the component. So this is an example of the stateful component, and we can create an application then. So there are various ways by which we can create the components. One is class-based component and other is function-based component. So class-based component, you will write a class, JavaScript classes, which is a part of the ES6, and there is a function-based component which in which you can create functions, and that will be treated as a function-based component. And these component had its own life cycle. For example, they can be mounted on the screen and they can be unmounted, and when they mount first time, then you can do some operations. So based on what type of components you are using, whether it is class based or function based, you can create those life cycle events. So best resources to learn this is tutorial. Here they have given step by step examples of learning the concepts of the React.js. So basically the concept, like first create a component, create the state within that, then use that state and render that on the screen. Then you want to share the some of the states between the two different components. So there are various ways by which we can do, but in this tutorial, they have given a nice way of explaining these concepts step by step, and you will start building at least the basic applications with React.js once you go through this tutorial. And here they build a game of chess where each component you will build. So there is a the whole board is there, and then one piece is there, and there's so many components you will create, and that will overall create the UI for a chess board game. So you can go with this. It will also talk about how to set up all these things in your local environment, and you can run these applications on your local environment and try and test, and then you can make it for production. And they have in the doc section, they have talked about all the concepts they are using. I think this is very comprehensive uh, source where you can learn the different concepts of React.js. So here they talked about all the different components and then some advanced guide, and these components are discussed very broadly. So you can literally depend on this source to learn the React.js and master it to the highest level. Definitely with some practice, with some thought process, how you want to break down the whole UI into the different components. That's an exercise which will you will gain the experience when you start doing some hands-on on the React.js applications. And React.js is right now used widely most of the companies. So it is one of the best skill if you can learn. And let me want to deep dive into the concept of React.js, then I can create a videos on that. Please let me know in the comment section. And if you like this video, please hit a like button and share with your friends and in your circle. And please subscribe to the channel. And thank you. This is BK from Anikka signing off.